Think about a word you use all the time, like library. Seems simple, right? Well, what if I told you that word is hiding a secret, a really big idea about how we all talk to each other? Today, we're going to unpack that. Let's get into it.
So, here's the plan. We'll start with what we think we know, look at a few different meanings, and then, this is the cool part, we'll uncover this whole project that's all about making English simpler. This journey is going to lead us to a kind of mysterious list, just 850 words, and the huge idea behind it. Pretty wild for just one simple word, right?
All right, first up, a word we know. Let's start with the basics. The word is library. Easy enough. But what does it actually mean? No, really, think about it for a second. If someone asked you right now to define library, what would pop into your head? A building? Lots of books. Sound about right? Yeah, and you're not wrong. But that's just chapter 1. And hey, before we even get into what it means, just listen to how we say it. Over in the UK, it's more like library. Here in the US, we say library. It's kind of funny, right? Even a word this common shows you how language is always shifting. Okay, so let's talk definitions.
So that building full of books, yeah, that's just the start. Turns out this one little word is living a triple life. It actually has 3 totally different meanings.
Okay, check this out. First, you've got library as a place, the actual building you can walk into. Then, it can be a collection, like your own personal library of books at home, or even your digital music library. And for all you programmers out there, you know this one. It's also a computing library, a collection of code you can use. So it's a place, a personal stash, and a digital toolbox, all packed into one word.
All right, so where did I get these super clean, simple definitions? Well, that brings us to our next part. And honestly, this is where the story gets really interesting. We're about to look behind the curtain.
So, the source for all this is something called the Simple English Wiktionary. You've probably heard of Wikipedia, right? Well, this is a sister project, but it has a very, very specific goal.
And yeah, the mission is right there in the name. Simple. But what does that really mean? We're not talking about dumbing things down. Not at all. It's actually way more ambitious than that. And the biggest clue, well, it's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
And that clue leads us right here. It's time to crack the 850 list. This is where we find the real secret behind our word library and this whole simple English thing.
See, the most fascinating detail on that Wiktionary page, it isn't any of the definitions. Nope. It's just one little sentence, almost hidden right at the top. And here it is. It says, library is on the basic English 850 list. That one line, that's it. That's the key to this whole thing. So you've got to be asking, what on earth is the basic English 850 list?
850. Just 850 words. I mean, think about it. The English language has, hundreds of thousands of words? So why these 850? What makes a word like library so important, so essential, that it makes the final cut?
Okay, so this list is the core of an idea called basic English. It was cooked up by a linguist, a guy named Charles K. Ogden, way back in the 1930s, and his idea was, well, it was pretty wild. He wanted to find a core set of just 850 words that you could use to explain pretty much any complex thought. And the goal here was huge. Ogden dreamed of creating a kind of universal English, one that was super easy to learn, to help people from different countries communicate. He truly believed you could explain almost anything with just a small handful of powerful words. And library got a spot on that exclusive list because, when you think about it, the whole concept of a shared place for knowledge, that's a cornerstone of any society, right?
Okay, let's tie this all together. Why does any of this matter? Well, it's pretty amazing when you think about it. We started with just one everyday word, and it led us to this huge global idea about communication.
That simple English Wiktionary we talked about, that's Ogden's idea in action, right now. It uses those core 850 words to explain things so that anyone can understand, whether you're a kid or you're just starting to learn English. It's all built on this really powerful idea that knowledge shouldn't have a barrier to entry. Understanding shouldn't be hard.
So here's where we land. We started with the word library, a place literally built to hold all the words, and we end up discovering this incredible idea that maybe, just maybe, you only need 850 of them to say everything that really matters. It really makes you think, doesn't it? In a world that's so full of complicated language and noise, how many words do we really need to get our point across? Some to chew on. Thanks for joining me on this one.